Welcome back, everybody. This is the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. I want to clear some things up. This is going to be spicy. This is about politics. And yeah, it is important because politics equals money in many different ways. I want to make sure that anyone who comes on the channel understands our political process. Not who to vote for. That's your own personal decision. That's what you do when you go into the booth, and it's done privately, which is an amazing privilege, because there are some places in this world where you can't do that. So I hope you appreciate that reality. You can tell anybody whatever you want. I like this person, I like that person. But when you're in that booth by yourself, that's where you show where your interests are. And are your interests for yourself and for your family and for your community? Are your interests in those areas? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're one of those people that lies to themselves. Maybe you're one of those people that comes in front of a mirror and makes claims about things that they're really not about. It happens. Or maybe you're one of these people that just can't put the pieces together. It's just too complicated. And you try to simplify it to the point where you wind up hurting yourself and your family. I don't know. But let's go over the process. You got people that vote and you got people that don't vote. Politicians focus on the people that actually vote. They don't care about the people that don't vote. So when they go out and make speeches, they're focused on the people that vote. Now, when you vote, when most people vote, and we're talking about an extremely high percentage of people, when people vote, they're under the impression that the person that they're voting for is working for them, right? I voted for them, so they must be working for me. No, they're not there for you. They're not there for you. There might be, like, out of 1,000 political positions, I don't know how many there are exactly. I mean, the House of Representatives has what, 435 or something like that. The Senate has another 100. Then you got the president, vice president, and you got the Secretary of State. Then you have state level governors. Then you've got local level politicians. You got sheriffs, you have mayors, it's a long list. So out of let's just round it off to 1,000. So let's say there are 1,000 political positions. Out of those political positions, you might have maybe somewhere around 60 politicians that are actually there for their constituents. Maybe. When you vote, are you voting for a personality? Because it's just like when you invest. Are you caught up in a personality? Because I always recommend against that when it comes to your money and investing. You should never get caught up in a personality. You should never get caught up in the name of a business, a brand name, or anything like that. Never. And the same should apply with politics. It shouldn't be about a personality. Now, when you vote, you have to understand, this is very important. The politician is going to go to work. Once they get voted in, they're going to go to work to their donors. They're high producing donors. The donors that kick out the most money, that's who they're working for. They're not there for you. So when if you do your homework on these politicians, who is donating to them? Who are the big donors, the corporate donors, the billionaire donors, the $100 million donors? Who are they? Because that's who they're going to go to work for. Not you. What do you donate? It costs money to campaign. It costs money to put ads in the newspapers, in magazines. It costs money to put an ad on a television. It costs money to get sponsored for corporate media. It costs money to take a trip out to a town to meet and greet. It costs money to take your staff with you, to go to a hotel and stay at a hotel, you and your staff. All these things cost money. For a presidential election, for you to be competitive, you got to have at least $1 billion to be competitive. At least. But if your opponent is coming up with $1 billion, guess what? If you want to ensure a victory, somebody's got to come out the pocket. Somebody's got to come out the pocket. 2016, when Trump was running for office, he's a billionaire, so nobody has to contribute to his. Wrong. He was getting beaucoup money from the Mercer family. He was getting beaucoup money from the surviving Koch brother. And many more. Tons of money. He wasn't coming out his pocket like some people thought he did or thought he was. Totally incorrect. So the big dollars that donate, those are the constituents that the politicians work for. Now, because so many people either don't do their homework or so many people are I don't know, caught up in an image or whatever the case is, caught up in rhetoric. Oh, he sounds tough. And they don't really, and most people don't analyze what the person is actually saying. They hear words, and they create their own narrative in their mind, and the narrative is generally wrong, but that's what they understand when they hear some of these people. The narrative they're painting is wrong, but no politician that knows that you favor them is going to come up to you and say, or ask you, so what did you think I just said? And then if you do tell them, if by chance you do tell them, and it's wrong, but it favors them, do you think they're going to correct you? They're not going to correct you because you're in their favor. So no, they're not going to correct you. If that's what you think, if that's what you interpret by what they said, they're going to let you rock with that. So long as they get your vote. The important thing is that they get your vote. That's it. Because once they're in office, those billionaires, they're going to make sure that they keep funding that person, because they've proven that they're excellent marketers. They're excellent salespeople. And that's what they want. An excellent marketer, excellent salesperson that's going to vote for bills, vote in laws, vote in regulations that's going to benefit the donors. It's not about you. When they talk, they make you think it's about you. And again, most people don't analyze what they're saying. It's human communications. It's very complicated. But that's the bottom line. That's how it works. They come along. Some of them use certain tactics that they know that one particular audience would definitely favor. They won't tell you what they're going to implement. They're not going to tell you the regulations that they're going to approve. They're not going to tell you what they're going to vote for. And keep in mind, it can't just be them. It's got to be a group of politicians voting for the same thing. So you can best believe that these donors with their big bucks, they're donating to a group of people that are going to fulfill that donor's needs. It's not about you. Again, once they're voted in, that's proof to the donors that their investment was well spent. So what do you hear from these politicians when they start blaming another politician that they're competing against, or one that's already there, an incumbent? When they start pointing fingers, complaining, are you wrapped up in wow, this guy's strong. I like him because he's strong. Look at how he's ripping this dude up. Okay, he's ripping him up. But did he tell you at any point in time what he plans on doing once he's in office? Because you can check what they vote for. And that's when you can play supervisor and say, wait a minute, this guy said he was going to vote for this, that, and the third, and he never did. He voted for just the opposite. Whoa. Now, if you're going to play the supervisor role, that's your moment to play the supervisor role when it's time to vote again. But now, coming up to you, running their mouth, and if they never held a position in politics, you're going to have to treat them like a new applicant to a job, and you're the supervisor, and you're the one that's going to decide whether you're going to hire them or not. What's your background, buddy? You ever stiff anybody? How many people did you stiff? I don't want a candidate that's been stiffing their employees, that have been stiffing their contract. I don't want why would I want somebody like that in office? because I'm less than that to this person. I'm not employed by them. They could care less. They're not there for you. They're there for their donors. Don't forget that. And you're the supervisor. When it's time to vote, this is your moment. This is your moment to be a supervisor. When you apply for a job, what kind of things do they ask you for? What kind of documents do they require? What kind of documents do they ask of you for them to base their decision? And once you get the job, how are you supervised? Can you do that? Can you be a supervisor? Because that's what you are when you're about to go vote. You're a supervisor. Are you going to let some people slide because you think they're cool? Because you're caught up in a personality? If they're getting hit with big donor money, they're not there for you. Just keep that in mind. And this is definitely one place you don't want to lie to yourself. Do not lie to yourself. And the decisions that you make, they don't just impact you. They impact your family, and they impact your community, and they impact your pocket. And regarding your pockets, don't get suckered into the shiny objects, because these politicians are experts at suckering you in with a shiny object. It's like this junkie once said to me, and for me it was profound because I was never able to find the right words to express what I was going through with certain people. But he broke it down, and when he said it, I was just amazed. And I never forget it. And I'm going to pass it on to you guys. Because when I was on my way to negotiate some work with somebody, and of course this guy's tagging along because he wants to work. He tells me, don't let this guy sucker you, okay? Because he's the type of guy that'll offer you the chicken wing so that he can take the breast. The breast being the best part of the chicken. Wow. Yeah. A lot of politicians do that. They'll offer you the wing just so that they can take the breast. I'm going to let you guys go with that one. Kitty, let's get out of here before these people get mad and start beating us down. Let's go!
Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem aça. Göremedi kimseden fayda. İşler
No! Disco!